Salut and welcome back to my channel. I'm Akshara and I had the hardest time dealing with this one particular section during my French language journey, and that was the comprehension oral, especially when I was in A1 and A2 level. So today I'll be talking everything about what you should concentrate on and what are the resources that you must be using at these levels in order to improve your French skills, especially when you are first starting off. So, if you find these videos helpful, please hit the subscribe button below as I'll be posting TEF Canada and French specific content every single week to help you in your French language journey. Alright, then, so let's just dive right into the video. This has typically been the most asked question. I find listening very hard. How do I improve my listening skills? This was definitely me as well when I first started learning French because listening is said to be the hardest skill to pick up when you're learning a new language. They're completely new sounds which you've never heard all of your life, and it does take a while to get accustomed to it. Listening requires a lot of speed, which we wouldn't have developed it yet in that particular language, and we can also not control the speed at which the other person is talking, so which is very fast, yeah, which makes it all the more harder to pick up any language. Literally, research itself says that the hardest part of language acquisition is the listening skill. So, how exactly would we tackle this problem with respect to the French language? When you first start off with A1, concentrate on listening to the sounds. How the way words are pronounced is very important because the way we pronounce the words in French and the way that it is spelled in French is very different, and it takes a while to get accustomed to it. So, focus majorly on how your instructor or the YouTuber that you're following is pronouncing each of the words. And to give you resources, start off with these two solid resources. First one is Listen to Extra French. It's an excellent show which is specifically designed for the A1 level. It's really fun and engaging, and it's actually funny also. Another channel that I'll recommend for A1 is the Easy French. They are really good for vocabulary as well as to work on your listening skills. They have videos for all levels, and they're my absolutely favorite YouTube channel. And you can watch the beginner friendly videos as well. They're curated particularly for A1, where they speak the language slowly, and the content is really engaging too with your daily usage of words and vocabulary, basically all your daily using words. Another resource that I would recommend for you to start off right from A1 for listening is to listen to audios on RFI. They are excellent to improve your vocabulary on the topics which is very commonly used in TEF, and you will start learning really good quality vocabulary as well, which will definitely come of help later on. And the content itself is really high quality, so you will get accustomed to listening uh, to complex level topics as well. So, this is some good enough resources to get started with for A1. And once you slowly go into A2 level, start focusing more on accents. The more you understand the value of accents in French, the better it is. I understood the importance of accents very late, but trust me, it helped me a great deal with all the other sections as well because it's very interconnected. When you learn the importance of the accents on the letter E and the letter A, you start to understand how to pronounce it better, which eventually helps you to not make mistakes in the expressio accrete section, the spelling errors. And that also helps you to identify the words when you are listening to any audio. So it's very very important. So make sure that you try to understand why the accents are used, and how each word differs with each accent. So that will really help you a great deal. So here you can slowly start dipping your feet into longer videos with the use of a transcript. Transcript is really important because remember that the goal here is to not just understand a couple of words in a particular audio. You need to understand what the entire context is, and you need to start understanding how every word sounds. For example, I wasn't a very big fan of using transcript because I felt sort of taking help, and I was not very happy with the fact that I was using Transcript. I always felt like I want to do it by myself because it's the listening section, but that's not the case how it works, at least in your A1 and A2 level, because you need to start focusing on how every word sounds and how every word looks like in order to get accustomed to it and sort of register it in your head. You sort of make a mental image of a connection of the word, the way it looks and the way it sounds. So when you use a transcript, it will really help you a lot to sort of make a stronger mental image of the word itself, and you will also understand a lot more clearer, and you get that boost of trying to understand what the audio is all about, and you do feel better because what happens is you shouldn't listen to audios which are extremely complex. Like if I'm at A2 level and I listen to an audio which is of B1 level and I completely don't understand or follow anything, my brain would just shut off and it would sort of stop completely processing any audio that I listen to. It would just sound like some mere sounds which I'm not understanding. So make sure that you listen to something and be able to understand at least 70 to 75% of the audio. Keep repeating over and over until you understand everything in that audio. It is okay to hear as many number of times that you wish to, but make sure that you crack every single word. And this is totally possible with the use of transcript. When you use a transcript, you will be able to follow everything, and that will also give you a lot of confidence that you are able to understand and get the context. Apart from using a transcript, make sure that you do the exercises. Like for example, RFI, the one resource that I spoke about, has audios along with questions. So it is very important for you to understand that you are completely getting the context, as well as you are able to answer the questions as well. Another thing is, when you read a question, you end up understanding what the entire gist of a particular audio is about, so it goes hand in hand. Another resource here would be, please start listening to TV Sank Month. It's a really good tool. Even they have audios with transcript and exercises along with vocabulary as well. So it's a very good tool for listening section. They have a variety of topics for each level, A1, A2 level, and so on and so forth. So the level that you are, you can definitely use it for your benefit. So if you start listening to very long audios and you're not able to follow, you can always switch to 0.75x. There's an option, at least on YouTube, wherein you can slower the speed of the audio and try to listen to it more clearly, because I can understand that French sometimes gets really fast, and it is okay because, like I said, it's a new language. You need to get accustomed to the sounds, and it's totally fine if that happens. So do use 0.75x and adjust it according to your liking. Another very important thing is, please practice active listening. Pay full attention to the audio that you're listening to. Take a lot of notes, write down words that you heard, and go back and listen to them again. And in case you are not able to understand why a particular word is pronounced in a particular way, go and put it on Google Translate or DeepL and use the listening button to hear the way it is pronounced. Write down, take a lot of notes, and keep practicing. Practicing is a very big, important, and essential thing in the language learning process. Keep repeating as many number of times, at least A1, A2 level. I can understand that it gets a little boring and monotonous, but it's very important for you to, build on your fundamentals and the core initially, which will really help you later on. Something that really helped me was that I used to write down a lot of notes whenever I heard to any audios, and I used to write down the way I heard it. Like I said, the way you pronounce words and the way you spell words are very different. So the way a particular word was heard, I used to write it in that way, and then when I went and checked back, it was a lot different from how the actual spelling is in itself. So that used to be a good way for me to sort of understand what exactly it is, and that way I would also not forget, because it would be a little funny of how I imagine the spelling was and how it really is. So that was one very good thing I did, and which helped me a lot with my listening skill. For A2 level, another channel I recommend is C Cube Academy on YouTube. They have some really good engaging content for A2, and their videos for A1 and A2 is really good, so you can check them out. French Talks is another good channel to understand French conversational language. Like I said, TV 5 Monde is a very good platform for you to do exercises as well as listen to audios and work on vocabulary as well. So the thing is, there's a lot of free content that is out there on the internet which is available. But please make sure that you don't get really overwhelmed by it. There can be millions and millions of YouTube channel, and you can just keep going on and on looking at them. But you should just be able to understand what you need, where you need help. So pick something that works for you the best, and then you can stick to it, because you cannot possibly consume all the content that is out there. There are some more channels that I will be linking in the description below. You can check them out, and whatever suits you the best, you can just pick them and work on it. Apart from this, I think we've pretty much covered all the required resources for listening, at least at the A1 and A2 level. I can understand that it can get a little agitating. Initially, patience is extremely important, because it does get a little frustrating, especially with listening section, that oh my god, I'm not able to follow anything. And it might make you also sort of avoid doing that, avoid working on it, but please don't do that. Make sure you practice it and take it head on, so that you will be able to overcome that. So I think that was pretty much all about all the resources and how you can tackle with the listening skill initially at A1 and A2 level. So if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section below. And if you would like any more guidance, please book a session with me. I will leave the link in the description below. And that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Avianto.